Ahead on our news tonight, this Boxing Day holiday, one family Junkanoo group pulls off a parade win. We've got the breakdown on the unofficial results. The wins and losses this morning were against the backdrop of one of the most controversial parades in history. Was it vindication or a signal of more to come? Tonight, we've got a recap of the best performances on Bay. If you missed it, we'll get you caught up on all the action. Plus, nothing to hide. That's the response of the police commissioner. When pressed about the investigation into an inmate death in police custody, reporters caught up with the top cop at last night's parade. And later, a look at who was in the spirit of giving this holiday season and, more importantly, who benefited from all the good cheer. Our News Boxing Day edition starts right now. Hello and welcome to our News Boxing Day edition. I'm Jerome Sawyer. Merry Christmas to you and thank you so much for joining us tonight. Well, fans of the One Family Junkanoo group are celebrating tonight after the group pulled off yet another Boxing Day parade victory. The results of the early morning parade put an end to the winning streak of the defending champions, the Shell Saxon Superstars, who finished third, and produced what could be described as an upset by the breakaway group, the Valley Boys, now only into their second year as a standalone A-category group. We'll get to all of those unofficial results in a moment. But first, after months of uncertainty, legal battles, and international challenges within the Junkanoo community, the most anticipated Junkanoo parade of the season, the 2025 Boxing Day Junkanoo Parade, made it to Bay Street. Our Delvado Emmanuel was in the thick of all the action and brings us a recap of the most controversial and anticipated Junkanoo Parade.
It was beautiful. It was awesome.
It's awesome.
Where are you visiting from?
We're here from Florida, and this has been on my bucket list, and it was the best parade ever.
Junkanoo enthusiasts weighing in on the biggest parade of the season. The competitive A division was led by the Royal Caribbean music makers with Wonders of the Deep Blue. Up next, the defending Boxing Day champions, Shell Saxon Superstars, with Parade of Nations, Echoes of War, Voices of Peace. Although unable to meet their starting position, the Prodigal Sons eventually made their way onto the parade route. The B groups also brought their A game to the parade. The Conquerors of Christ, Fancy Dancers, and Colors entertained spectators. Yet, for all the group best efforts, the long delays once again dampened spirits and emptied bleachers. That is, until the most talked about groups hit the parade route. The Trevor Davis-led faction, the Valley Boys Junkanoo group, brought the buzz and energy with the Revenge of Arthropods. Months of questions about if it would actually happen, and challenges with a management shift now justified, as Culture Minister Mario Bowleg easily defended government decision to hand over the parade's management to the National Junkanoo Committee, to, as he put it, protect what belongs to the Bahamian people.
And the only person who can do that is the government of the Bahamas, who has the authority and the right to sanction any private or government organization to oversee any national event in this country. And once the Bahamian people continue to control the national event, we will have no problem where days will come by where persons saying that there will be no parade today or there will be none tomorrow. That's not what this is all about.
But not everyone feels the same way, including opposition leader Michael Pintard.
I believe that the decision made by the government was the absolute wrong decision, that they should have paused the transition from the JCNP to the NJC and had a discussion after both parades would have been concluded.
But it's back to Bay we go. Midway into the parade, Ruth's Junkanoo group made a bold cultural statement with their theme, Women. One Family Junkanoo and community organization brought fantasy to life with 1000 Arabian Nights, Tales of Mystery and Magic. Genesis Junkanoo organization delivered a thoughtful and reflective performance titled The Book of Wisdom, Proverbs, Sayings, and Teachings. And bringing the parade to climatic close were the world-famous Valley Boys 1958, whose theme, Myth, Legends of Martial Arts, capped off the hours-long event.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up the 2025 Boxing Day Parade. And guess what? It's not over yet. We'll be right back here for the 2026 New Year's Day Parade. Reporting for our news from Bay Street, I'm Delvado Emmanuel.
As dawn broke and the groups completed their final laps, it was time to tally scores. In the end, one family would take top honors, ending the Saxons' winning streak, while the breakaway Valley Boys group stood in the second place circle with only 2 previous parades under their belt. Our Danielle Miller picks up from here.
The scene here on Bay Street has now changed following the 2025 Boxing Day Parade, which was once the sound of the goatskin drums filling the air, has now turned into the honking horns of motorists and the feet-pounding choreography that once hit this pavement has now changed to the swift movements of a cleanup crew. It was shortly after 12 p.m. when the chairman of the Parade Management Committee, Douglas Hanna, announced the unofficial winner of the 2025 Boxing Day Parade, the One Family.
It is easily one of the most tense periods of the season. Those agonizing moments awaiting the Boxing Day Junkanoo Parade results. From a field of 10 groups in the B division, it came down to these final 3.
Third, Fancy John Dancers Junkanoo Group with 394 points. Second is the Immortals with 434 points. And winning the overall scores division in the B division was Colors Entertainment and Junkanoo Group with 586 points.
And then the most watched and competitive A division.
In 8th place, with 264 points, Prodigal Sons. In 7th place, with 374 points, Music Makers. In 6th place, with 505 points, Genesis Warhawks. In 5th place, with 506 points, Roots. In 4th place, with 528 points, world famous Valley Boys 1958. In 3rd place, with 533 points, Shell Saxon Superstars. In 2nd place, and the 2nd place group was deducted 1 point penalty, with 578 points, Valley Boys. And winning the overall Division A with 621 points, One Family.
One Family members and fans around the country beamed with pride and excitement. Social media platforms were flooded with posts and, of course, memes. Other category winners included Best Music and Costume, One Family, with Best Choreography going to Roots, while Colors went in for a clean sweep with Best Music, Choreography, and Costume in the B category. One Family group leaders are planning a victory celebration at the Shack. Reporting for Our News, I'm Danielle Miller.
Meanwhile, the police commissioner says that her officers have nothing to hide in the circumstances of that suspect who died in police custody recently, and they're standing by the sequence of events already made public in the death of 35-year-old Lashiko Pratt at the Fox Hill police station back on December 18th. Now, police maintain that Pratt was in custody for 2 days on burglary charges when he became aggressive and refused to go to court. According to officers, they attempted to restrain him and noticed that he later became unresponsive. He was pronounced dead on the scene. While talking to reporters at last night's Junkanoo Parade, Commissioner Shanta Knowles offered condolences to Pratt's family while confirming that Pratt's mother has the right to seek an independent autopsy. In fact, she believes the results will be consistent with the initial findings.
What I would offer first is my condolences to her, and she has a right to ask for an independent autopsy. Of course, that is at her own expense, and if she gets it, I do believe she will get the very same results. We have nothing to hide as we investigate this matter, and I'm hoping that we can have it quickly, our part of the work quickly completed, so that we can send it over to His Majesty's coroner. We will not prosecute this matter. This is something that the coroner will deal with.
And still to come on our news tonight, while many of us are celebrating this holiday season, many more are having a hard time remembering loved ones, especially those who died tragically. And 'tis the season, lots of love and goodwill to spread around. We've got a few highlights from this remarkable season of giving. All that ahead on our news Boxing Day edition.
It's Christmas, come again. Time for color, family and friends. Red and green, the perfect pair. For a season so sincere. Baby Jesus in a manger. Loved ones who once were perfect strangers. At the same place, coloring supreme. Let us bring to life your Christmas dreams.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
They're blue for me and you, and I say to myself, what a wonderful world.
Most of us spending these days in full celebration mode, the parties, the gifts, and the general good cheer. But this time of year can be especially difficult for those who've lost loved ones to violence. Statistics show this year another 80 families are mourning family members killed in violent acts. It's something to stop and think about. And more of those moments of empathy are what the CEO of the support group Family of All Murdered Victims, Candy Gibson, is hoping happens this year.
And this season, don't be me and mine. Be a blessing to somebody else, you know? You have 2 pounds, give one to your neighbor. You know, you have children, buy a toy for your child, you know, your neighbor child don't have a toy, buy a toy for the neighbor child. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's get back in the arc of being a village before something tragic happens. Let's get back in the arc of showing love before someone commits suicide. Let's get back in the arc of love, man.
Gibson's been working on this kind of advocacy and support for over a decade, and within the past few days, former Democratic National Alliance candidate Mario Ducky Lockhart was added to the victims list. Gunned down while working an event, Lockhart was known for his contributions within the Nassau Village community. She shares the message given to this victim's brother and so many others left to grieve after a violent death.
As painful as it is, God is still in the midst, and God is real. And the Bible tells us, with thine own eyes, thou shalt see the reward of the wicked. And that's what I'd encourage him, you know. I love him and I know what he's going through because I lost 2 brothers to murder, you know, and it's not an easy feeling, but with God, we can smile at the storm. I don't know when we'll smile, but we'll be able to smile at the storm. This right now is a storm because they lost a loved one.
Well, a glimpse into the holiday cheer provided to the Ranfurly Home for Children recently from the Bahamas Power and Light team, along with the Bahamas Electrical Workers Union. It included an $8,000 cash donation, some shoes, jewelry, and even movie passes for Fusion Superplex. Chief Executive Officer of the Bahamas Power and Light, Tony Seymour.
As we BPL partners with the Bahamas Electrical Workers Union to bring some holiday cheer to all of you here at the Ranfurly Home. We did it bigger and better than last year, and we're excited to spend the afternoon with you.
All right, well, the team also spent the day playing dominoes, Connect Four, Jenga, and many more games with the kids there. Bahamas Electrical Workers Union President Kyle Wilson.
On behalf of the Bahamas Electrical Workers Union, partnering with BPL, like you said, it's not just about lights or empowering the country, but empowering the people of the country. And so I'm so happy to be here today that we can all give back from God's goodness, grace, and mercy towards us, that we can give back to you guys, that you can enjoy a better, happier, merrier Christmas.
Coming up in sports, you get to argue results, but for us, DJ Colley discusses the impact of Prince Jazz Travel Ball Club and your final 10 YS Players of the Week for 2025.
Your home is your sanctuary. The last thing you need to worry about is rodents. Once they enter your property, they can be tough to get out. If you're concerned about rodents, call Rent-A-Kill Initial. We offer the latest, most effective treatment for safe, fast, and long-lasting results. From prevention to elimination, our integrated approach guarantees protection. For rodent control you can trust, there's only one name in the Bahamas: Rent-A-Kill Initial.
Whether you're battling a chronic condition or offsetting a new injury, Doctors Hospital's comprehensive rehab services offer the help you need now. Go to doctors. 3 advanced facilities at Collins Avenue, Carmichael Road, and Cable Beach means your personalized plan for care is just a visit away. From physiotherapy to occupational therapy and speech and language pathology, our team approach is all about rebuilding together. For a full list of services, visit doctorshosp.com/rehabilitation. Doctors Hospital, trusted and best care now. Isn't your health worth it?
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. DJ Colley has been involved with the game of baseball at every level, from college to the pros to a scout. Now he's giving back as a mentor and coach for the next generation. The Prince Jazz Travel Ball Club is continuing to establish itself as a key development program for youth baseball talent in the United States and the Bahamas, focusing on high-level competition and training.
We're just always game planning and just what's coming up with a new cool idea. Jazz is far from ordinary, so we try to incorporate a lot of his style into it. So he has a lot of input as well. So it's a whole group collection of us that that try to just give the Bahamian people, like you say, a more different experience than they're accustomed to.
Colley brings a unique perspective to the organization, having gone through the ranks in minor league baseball before continuing his development at the collegiate level and most recently as an area scout for the Boston Red Sox. In addition to coaching, he works in talent evaluation while also playing a hands-on role with the club and the impact it can have.
Started at 9U as well, so we're moving up to all ages, and as long as we get the right coaches, man, we want to keep growing it all to allow every age group to be able to be a part,
The gift that keeps on giving all year round. Even if you didn't unwrap anything under the metaphorical tree, you still get to unwrap top plays. At number 5, becoming a regular on the countdown now, Brent Moss takes it coast to coast for the lay-in. And 1.
At number 4, I don't know who said VJ didn't have a 3-point shot, but here's a 4-point play. Take that, Cooper Flag.
At 3, still in the NBA, 12 points for EG the OG. Biggest surprise? It wasn't all threes.
At number 2, Antonisha Moultrie taking it to the basket. This should have been an and 1. New career high with 15 points.
And finally, bringing it back home at the BLTA Open Nationals, the most self-involved platform in the world, because of course our final number 1 of 2025 is John making his return to the court.
It was hot.
That'll do it for our sports. This is NYS. Okay, 1 parade down. You surprised at the results?
I'm not surprised by the results, but I am surprised nobody came and collected the $100.
Ridiculous. Y'all just leaving money on the table. Back to the studio.
And we're not done just yet. Greg is up with your extended weather forecast as we head into this festive holiday weekend. Plus, a donation to the popular Singing Bishops feeding program, helping to make the holidays bright. Coming up when our news returns.
Tired of weak, over-the-counter bug sprays? Step up your pest control game with professional-grade products from the Struckham Shop. From powerful insecticides to trusted gel baits and termiticides, we supply the same products used by Struckham Commercial Pest Services, now available for DIY homeowners and small pest control pros. Whether you're protecting your home or building your business, get the edge with the Struckham Shop.
Holidays are coming, holidays are coming, holidays.
Holidays are coming, holidays are coming, holidays are coming, holidays are coming, holidays are coming. Holidays are coming, holidays are coming, holidays are coming, holidays are coming, holidays are coming.
This is our news. Welcome back, and of course, happy Boxing Day. I hope after all the food you ate yesterday and Junkanoo early this morning, you got your rest in and you're settling down this evening. 75 degrees is our current temperature outside our studios with a few clouds. Northeast winds at 5 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is at 73. Temperatures right now around the family of islands. It is warmer tonight. We are at 76 in Freeport, Grand Bahamas, 74 Marsh Harbor, Abaco, as well as in Great Harbor Key. Alistown, Bimini, 72. Nicholstown, Andros, 75 here in the capital as well. Governors Harbor, 77. Central Bahamas, 76 in Kemps Bay. Then we pick up 75 in Black Point, Exuma. Pair of 72s, Arthurstown, Cat Island, Cuban Townsend, Salvador. 74s in Port Nelson, that's in Rum Key. Deadman's Key, Long Island, 74. Georgetown, Exuma, 76. Then we get into the Southeast Bahamas. 77 in Duncantown, Ragged Island. 75s, Kern Hill, Cricket Island, also in Abrams Bay. Delectable Bay, Ackland, 74. 78, Matthew Town, Inagua, and our very good neighbors at the Southeast Tricks and Kickers Islands. You have a temperature right now of 76. Satellite and radar composite, it is quiet. Rinse and repeat is what we have out there. We had a backdoor cold front that we consider one that's coming from the northeast. That's pulled out well to the east of us, and it is dissipating. Weak high pressure, replacing that. We're going to continue to enjoy those conditions for the next couple of days. But we do expect a front, a more potent front, to get in here sometime for the middle part actually of next week, which starts off 2026. So looks as though we're going to end 2025 slightly warmer and of course beautiful conditions, and then kick off 2026 with some cooler air mass. Taking a wider look, that frontal boundary out there in the open Atlantic not really doing much towards our area, and once again weak high pressure will remain the dominant weather feature for the next several days. Boating forecast, northwest Bahamas tonight to tomorrow. Caution flag, this is for the Atlantic side still. Risk of rip currents still exists there as well. Northwest and north winds at 10 to 15 knots. They will fall light and variable at times. Seas will be running 2 to 4 feet over open waters in some northeasterly swells. High tide is at 32 minutes past midnight. Your low tide takes place at 6:42 in the morning. Central and southeast Bahamas, caution flag as well for the Atlantic side. Northeast to east winds at 10 to 15 knots. Seas running 2 to 4 feet, but slightly higher along Atlantic exposures in northeasterly swells. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In your extended forecast, lovely weather expected for the remainder of the week. That takes us into the weekend. And then, of course, Monday, Tuesday, we expect that weak frontal boundary, well, it's actually a stronger frontal boundary getting here. Temperatures will take a dip. We're looking for some low 70s, and nighttime temperatures, they could be in the 50s across Grand Bahama and 60s elsewhere. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night. Have a great weekend, everybody.
All right, thanks a lot, Greg. A lot of good news in the forecast there for us. Well, popular philanthropist and singing Bishop Lawrence Rowe recently welcomed a $2,000 donation for his feeding program at the International Deliverance Praying Ministry. The donation was also used to fund a joint partnership between the Bahamas Power and Light and the Bahamas Electrical Utility Managerial Union. Bishop Rowe was able to use the money to dish out hundreds of hot meals at his annual Christmas event.
They were calling me to see where we're going to have this party. I said, I don't have any money because I use everything I have. Today, whether you believe it or not, because of they could hardly find food to eat. Panny cake is in some of them places. Panny cake. You know about panny cake from Cat Island, eh? Banana panny cake. Now, to those of you on Wednesday coming, we could have the Christmas party. So you better make some noise. I'm gonna make some noise.
Well, the union's president, Kyle Wilson, says the donation was a no-brainer when they considered the singing bishop is always doing something to help his community.
I am so happy to be here today celebrating. You know, even though we're giving back, it's celebrating God's goodness, grace, mercy, and favor on us as a people here at BPL, that we can actually give back to the less fortunate, the least lost and left behind.
All right, great story, great donation there for a great cause. And thank you so much for joining us tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Jerome Sawyer. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night. Until then, you have yourself a wonderful and a safe evening. Hello, I'm Jerome Sawyer, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Now, if you want to continue to receive this great content, be sure and hit that button right over there. And don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way, you continue to get all of this great content from the team you already trust.